computer. Hey guys, it is Joette with ballooncoach.com. And today I just had this idea. I've been thinking about some different things. And I was like, you know what? Let me just go live. Let's invite all the people who've been to my live events in the past and see who can happen to pick up in 30 minutes and just start doing a brainstorm, right? So I'm glad that you're here. Here's the situation. You all have been to a live event with me. You know my passion about making sure you write down a goal, you go for your dream, and you take action on it, right? Has anybody not heard that from me? Just checking. So the thing is over the last 2 months, I've invested a lot of money behind the scenes, taking on additional training to help me in growing my training programs so that I can help meet people's needs in the future. And the one thing that I have found out is that people will take on training that's maybe 5 minutes long, 10 minutes long, and then take a quick action step. But if there's something that's out there that's like an hour and a half, most people tune that out after about 10 minutes because we get distracted because we have so much going on in our lives. So what I was thinking is, well, from time to time, I need to check in with those people who used to come to our events or have been to our most recent event and just check in and see how you guys are doing, right? I want to know, like, have you actually taken any action on the things that we talked about a year or 2 or 3 or 4 ago? And right now, because of the whole social distancing issue, I have seen 3 groups of people emerge. There is either the person who is busier than they've ever been in their life, and they're doing more deliveries in a day than whatever thought was humanly possible. Or you have the person who's still having to sit on the sidelines because where they live at, they actually can't go out and do the jobs, or because of personal health issues, they're concerned to go out. So you've got that spectrum of the people who are doing absolutely nothing to the people who are going crazy and are trying to just tread water to survive. And then in the middle, I've got these people who want more business and they want to be actively engaged, but there's something missing. There's something that's just not quite clicking. So what I thought I would do is just open up this live time to talk about a couple of quick things. So number one, the people who have been doing business, who you've got money coming in for balloons, it might look different than it used to. I would love for you to just give me like a 1-minute synopsis of like, hey, this is what we've been doing. Business has never changed and we're just going for it. Or, you know what, I pivoted and instead of offering the things I used to, this is what we're doing, right? So, and then if you're in a situation where you're like not being able to work right now at all, I want you to learn from these people who have been moving forward and prepare and get ready, because once the doors open and you're able to go, there is business to be had. And I want to make sure you're ready to rock and roll and get there. So I wanted to just go on and kind of check in with you guys. And like I said, I don't want to make it where one person talks for 20 minutes, okay? I would like for somebody right now who has been making money within the last week, okay? Somebody who's been making money within the last week, having customers, volunteer to go first and say, this is what we've been doing. This is how it's working for us, to kind of help inspire the other folks who are on. So who wants to be my first one to jump in and let us know? As everybody.
It's Sheila. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I'm here. It's Sheila from Balloon King Queen, Columbia, South Carolina. We have been staying busy. Things have not really changed for us. We've gotten busier, but the process has not really changed for us. And I attribute that to Amy and Marlene Potts. I mean, they have really been working closely with me and just kind of helping me with some stuff, but definitely the catalogs and keeping things simple. I don't do anything custom in the store. So it's, you get what you get, pick your color, and that's pretty much it. And that has really been successful for us and easy to bring on more staff members, our teenagers that are at home, because everything the rest of the is easy. Anybody can make it and kind of process an order, you know, with or without us there in the store.
Yay! Sheila, thank you. That is awesome. So there are 2 things that I loved. One is that you're keeping it simple. And two, that you said that anybody can do it, right? So with it, keeping it simple, anybody on your staff can create it and you get what you get. You don't pitch a fit. I love that. And then I also loved hearing that Marlene and Amy are helping you. And it's just, I think during this time more than ever, having that support of other balloon professionals that are moving forward and have tips and tricks to make sure to go back, and those people that you made friendships with, send them a private message and check in on them. And number one, see how they're doing. Like if there's somebody that you met at one of my live events that you haven't seen on social media, do me a favor and just check in on them. They may just need a little kick, or it might be they just need some support and love. So yay, I'm so glad to hear that from you, Sheila. Way to go. All right, who's next on deck?
I'll talk, Joette.
Okay, Chris.
Yeah. So again, I'm Chris from Balloon Masters here in Buffalo. And yeah, we've taken more orders than we ever have. The last couple of days have been crazy. And we really attribute it to, again, it's Marlene. We have a Facebook, obviously, and Instagram and other social media. And the secret is you have these business accounts, and you don't just want other balloon people as your friends. You need customers to be your friends, because we post stuff every single day, and you don't want a balloon person just saying, hey, I love that, how do you make it, how do you do that? You want customers looking at it saying, oh my God, I love it, and how much, and where do I call? And so the secret is, one, get these social media accounts, have customers as your friends, and then post pictures that are enticing, that drive them to reach out to you and either message you or call you physically on the phone. And then that's just really all we've been doing. That's our marketing plan. We spent close to $0, and but it's a lot of time, because again, if you post something on a Monday, by Wednesday, Thursday, it's buried and they're not going to see it. This is something every single day, maybe once or twice even a day, with pictures. And if you don't have the pictures, you can borrow them off of, I know like the Yard Art is allowing people just to drag their pictures in there, which is a great thing. So that's really what you have to do. And that's pretty much it. And the phone will just ring like crazy. Yeah.
That's awesome. So yeah, and Balloon Coach community, some people have shared some pictures there also. And then also in my Balloon Boss Mastermind program, we've got pictures. And the main thing is if you're using pictures, make sure that you're doing it from a post where people said, yes, you can use my picture.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just assume that anybody who's in one of those groups means that you can use those photos. Because that is one thing that I've seen come up recently, is they have some special post where in that post, then anything in there is okay, but it doesn't mean that everything in the group is up for grabs.
Right. So. And even if you want to just make some stuff as a sample and then show your stuff, because again, you don't want to get caught where you use somebody else's picture and it's a little more elaborate than you want to get into, and it's got some embellishments on there that you don't really want to do outside. So again, make a few of these designs, but you really have to post them every single day.
Yes.
Every day.
So having that consistency, I cannot stress this enough. You've got to be posting on your social media at least once a day, and it does not hurt to do at least twice a day. The other thing I'm going to do as a caveat on that for social media that Chris had talked about is that you're not wanting it to be just people that are balloon artists following you, right? So one of the ways you do that is you get engaged in groups in your area, whether it's groups who have graduating seniors or it's who are business leaders. So one of the things that I've been doing over the last 2 months is, as the marketing manager sitting here in my house, I've been on Zoom calls with other chambers, with other business leaders, with events professionals, and we've been having our regular meetings, sometimes like 5 a day. There's some groups that, like, my text messages are like, Zoom now, Zoom now. I'm like, dude, I can't do it this much. But they were meeting about different things. And what was cool by going onto those meetings is they were networking. And now I was getting to see people in the business community that I never saw at networking events because they were usually too busy to come to them. And so now new people with their businesses who want to support local businesses know that Party People Events is back in business and have ordered things for like their kid's birthday or graduation steak. So remembering that those things that we've talked about in networking, even though we're not getting to physically go out and shake hands, networking is now happening during Zoom meetings. And those Zoom meetings can actually be more efficient for you because you don't have to have the time of leaving your space. But then you can find out, how can I interact with those groups, those business groups, those parent groups, those schools, those organizations online, so that they see your Facebook, they see your posts, and they can share it to other people. So yay, Chris, love it. All right, guys, there's lots of you on today. Thanks for jumping on so quick. We're going to do this more often. So who else would like to open up their mic and share something that's been a success for them? Stacy, I see you. Unmute yourself.
Because I've been told like 6 times, you talk, you talk, you talk. So we were so inundated, we created a custom form. And it's a step-by-step form that allows each piece of information we need to get funneled to us. And it's working so much better than our old form was, in allowing the customers to drill down to, like, if they're doing something for a birthday, then it goes to the next page and says, what's the age? What do they like? What colors do you want? It really gets us a lot of that information we need to be able to process the orders quickly, pick up the phone and close the order super fast, instead of saying, what colors do you like? What's your address?
Yes.
And how do you best want to be contacted? Phone, cell, text, whatever. So it's worked out well for us. And the next step in the form is actually that they can upload an inspiration photo. I'm just waiting for that little process to get finished.
Awesome. Way to go.
Plus, we do lawn signs, so that's been the bomb. Lawn sign with the balloons. Totally been the bomb.
Yay. Love it.
Can I say that previously it was everyone calling on the phone or sending in emails, and it was horrible. So this is so much better because it takes that time that took so much time away from us. Now we can work more efficiently.
So
awesome. Hey, Kathy, I saw your note about your having to leave early to be on a chat with your mom. Would you like to open up and say anything? Nope. Okay. Well, wish her wonderful birthday, 101. What an amazing achievement. That's so cool. All right. And so, Stacy, the question is, what is your program set up? Like, what kind of website do you have, and what kind of management system allowed you to make those changes so quick?
Actually, it's hosted on our own site, and it's a program that my husband owns that creates the forms. It's a little bit of a custom form program.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'll show you guys a way that you can do it really easy if you don't have access to a custom program. So the other thing that some people don't realize that they can do is, when people are searching for balloons, they're going to Google, right? So our wonderful friend, Belinda Barrier, who was at all my live events pretty much in Florida, and then is going to be on our staff for Summit in November. She is balloon and event construction company out of Jacksonville, Florida. So when I go to Jacksonville, Florida, look for balloons, pull up her company, this is her Google My Business. Now what you will see is down at the bottom, it says products. So I can go right here and go, ooh, I want this birthday balloon. Oh, wow, look, I want to order this online. Now, before I change screens, here's another idea I wanted to share with you. So many of you guys are really promoting hard and heavy outdoor balloon decor. And then I hear, I hate that my latex is popping. Oh my gosh, I hate having to worry about drilling into somebody's water line, or, you know, what do you do? Guys, some people want their balloons indoors still. Hello? People still can put their balloons inside their house. It's okay. I'm just saying that because I feel like sometimes we look at a craze and then we just follow that, even though we don't like it. Okay? The way you can sell more indoor balloon decor, if you wish to do it, is to show it. Okay? So if you hate doing yard art and you don't want to do it, then show big balloon bouquets. Show air-filled marquees that you'll drop off in a bag to their doorstep, and then they can take in their house. So I wanted to make sure that I threw that out there for you, and Christine's telling me to preach. I love it. The thing is I see this happen so many times in our industry where we all decide that we have to use a double-stuffed chrome balloon to do something, or we think that we have to do these extravagant things. Do the things you're comfortable with and then market it. So when we look here at Balloon Construction Company, her birthday balloons are right here, right? So if you want to sell these indoor designs that people can take inside their house to have great photo ops, you can then put these on your website, on your Google My Business. And what's so awesome now is I click order online and it takes me right to her website. Now, she has a custom website, but as soon as COVID hit, she reached out to Brandon Turpin, and she was working on her shopping cart. And so this shopping cart is done through Balloon Suite. So all of you who are at my retreat in Orlando, you got to hang out with Brandon and find out about Balloon Suite. If you want to use that product, you can, and he's just added 2 new partners to his business to be able to help him be more efficient with things and to handle the volume of people who've been asking for things. So I wanted to show you, and you don't have to use Brandon. You can use I know other people have website developers they've been working with, but when Stacy talked about the importance of automating, I want to show you how easy this is. First number, I want it to be a 1. The second number, I want it to be a 16. So it's for Sweet 16, right? Now I can press my latex color and say I want it to be standard pink. And let's see what other color I want. Standard green, why not? And then I'm going to pick what color I want my foils to be. Now, of course, you're only going to put down what you have as options, right? And then how cool is this? Belinda even has an upsell going on here that, oh, I want to add a double bubble balloon. Why not? That's pretty, sounds fun, right? So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to add it to my cart. So here's what happened. I was searching for balloons in Jacksonville, Florida. I found her Google site. Before I even clicked on the website, I saw products that she had that I wanted. I went on, I ordered it, $103. And now I'm putting, if I'm going to go to her shop and pick it up, because she does have a retail space that people can come to and pick it up from, or they're going to deliver it. I'm going to put my date, my time frames. Again, only put in the time frames you're willing to deliver. If you don't want to deliver at 4 a.m., then don't offer that as a service. Say your delivery window is from 10 to noon, noon to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6. You decide, or if you're super, super busy, do as a larger time window, like it's going to be between 9 a.m. and 10 p.m., whatever. You decide what that is. You put the information in, they continue, they order it online. And Belinda said I could share this with you, that just with that simple system alone, she's done over $1,000 in sales through that part of her website this month. Now, again, that's how she's showing it through the Google Forms. In the past, she's had a lot of people who call her in and do other ways of ordering. So she still has those processes in place, but this has been wonderful for her. And I know Diana Gladden and several other people, including Stacy, who automated, and this makes their life amazing. So AJ is asking me, how did she get the Google link to her website? So this is so cool. If you have not gone on to Google My Business, you go to your Google My Business and you are able to add products and specials. So let's just go ahead and, hey, do you want to happen to hang out with Balloon Coach? I actually started working on this. So now when you go to Balloon Coach and you look my information up, look, you can decide to come with me to Summit. And right there, it can click on it and go to it. All right. So the information is there. And I haven't done my stuff quite correctly yet. I'm in the learning stages, but it's showing you, hey, here's this information, things are going on. And I think the reason it's not working for me is I'm doing it as myself rather than as a visitor, because I'm not incognito right now. But you just go into Google My Business and you're able to add those products and services to have them go. So I just want to show you that even me was able to go on there and do it. But like I said, I'm not incognito right now, so it was showing it up as my site. So you can add anything you want there, but don't put things there that you don't want to do. If you don't want to do yard art, then don't be promoting yard art, okay? Or if you are comfortable doing yard art, only promote the things you want to do with it. All right, so, yeah, what happens is when you go into Google My Business, you're able to put the product in, and then it asks you to put the hot link of where you want that offer to go, and then that link goes to your website. Great questions. All right. So we've got somebody saying that they don't like outdoor decor. So she's been doing more indoor decor and using this time to learn the mock-up programs to help people have be able to see the items that she hasn't made yet. That's awesome. All right, so I want to go ahead and open this up to you guys. Again, for those of you who just recently got on with us, what I'm doing today is I wanted to just ask you all to get on board. And for those of you who are having sales success right now, if you can share something that you're doing that's worked to help inspire and encourage the other people that either haven't started out there selling yet or are getting ready to sell and you know what to do. So anybody else who's willing to open up their mic, please feel free to do that. And if for some reason you don't think that I've got you accidentally muted, let me know and I will unmute you.
I was just going to say real quick too, another thing that's been helpful for us, since a lot of people are out of work, so if people are still looking to kind of employ people in their community, some of these younger kids and a lot of people are doing like the Uber driving and stuff like that. We've actually picked up like 5 drivers so that we can stay in the store, and we give them like $20 just to go and deliver a bouquet or, you know, deliver a yard pole or whatever. And, you know, we charge anywhere from $35 to $65 for a delivery. So we still make profit on our delivery, but these guys are happy to just, you know, they have 4 or 5 deliveries in a day and make $100 in less than 5 hours. Like, they're grateful because it's still a way to help their families. It's not a lot of time, and then it helps us to, you know, keep the people in the store that actually know what they're doing. And then we even send like two or three extra balloons with them just in case something pops. If it pops, they can replace it. If not, they just tell, you know, the client that, hey, we sent you a little extra gift for the mailbox.
Sheila, that is awesome, because I think you read my notes, because I put on my notes for those people who are like, we're concerned because we are so busy, we don't have time to do anything. Having those drivers is an excellent way for you to not waste time on the road and let somebody else take care of that part of the hassle. And then just make sure that you're charging enough for the delivery fee so that you're being able to cover that expense. And it's not something you have to apologize for. One of the things I have found is sometimes we kind of live with blinders on, like where I'm at right now is all I can see. I can't see the other things that are going on around me. And so sometimes we're like, oh, the events industry has been hurting and not having money, so everybody doesn't have a job. And that's not the case. For many people, their lives have not changed. They've worked every single day since COVID hit, regular schedule, or some people even having to work overtime and more hours. And so I want you to remember that the pond that you're fishing in is that pond of abundance and the pond that people do have money to spend. And even for people who are broke, they're often going to find money to be able to celebrate somebody's birthday or graduation. So keep on keeping on and doing these wonderful tips that we've gotten so far from Chris and Stacy and Sheila. Thank you. I'd love to open it up for someone else who's been having success. So I see Sarah and Sharita on. I know you guys have been keeping pretty busy now that you're opened up. But anybody else who'd like to share a story, feel free to open up your mic. And if for some reason I've got you muted, let me know and I'll unmute you.
Hey, Joette, can you hear me?
I can.
Hey, everybody. So here in my state, they have this, well, my county, they've decided to do drive-through graduations. And that has opened up opportunity for me because they're going to run these drive-through graduations for the entire month of June. So as of yesterday, we submitted the bid to service all 31 high schools in our county. They all requested arches. The county is paying for them. And I got a call yesterday because Joette, I know you helped send me some pictures and stuff from the county office. I think I'm going to get it. They wanted me to have my women-owned business certification. So I did that like super fast yesterday. So I think, fingers crossed, I'm going to get that. I did secure a couple private schools this week. And I too have jumped on I was kind of in the torn between, I really don't like doing this outdoor balloon stuff, but I know people want to kind of be outdoors. So we started the yard card stuff as an add-on to the yard poles and all that stuff. And I started on Thursday, and today we booked 17 since Thursday. So that's my good news.
Woo woo! All right, Sharita. And that is why Sharita, who is new to the industry, her first balloon training was coming to our event in November, and our conversations about her business experience in the past, plus this whole little thing about being a PhD and an instructor in the college really grabbed my attention. I'm so excited that Sharita is on board to be a part of our dream team of instructors coming up in November, because she has shown how when you network with other people in the industry and take their idea and just go forward with it, you're going to have success. And so, Sharita, I appreciate how much you've been posting on Facebook. I appreciate that you're sharing with other people what's been working for you. And I'm cannot wait to see you in live again in November. But I can't wait to hear that, yes, you've got that bid and see all of those arches go up. That's going to be amazing. And here's the thing. There is opportunity everywhere. So don't be shy to ask for the sale. I think sometimes we're just like, we just forget that, oh, there is a sales process out there, and it's okay to actively market right now. And it's okay to call people and to talk for the sale. And today I'm just going to let you guys know, I picked up the phone and we'd sent out an email. And so I went into All Pro Web Tools. I was able to see who our emails were opened by. And then I picked up the phone and called those schools to like, hey, want to check and see if you've got anything going on that we can help you out with. And, you know, some people I wasn't able to get a hold of by phone, and other people said no, but I'm still moving forward. It's, you know, eventually I'm going to get to that yes. So we do have other schools who've been calling us and asking for those quotes. So I'm working on contacting all the other schools who didn't open their emails to let them know what we have available. So, hey, Sarah, welcome.
Hi, I just wanted to kind of echo what Sharita said. She and I don't know, maybe it's a one-sided friendship, but she and I have connected basically through these webinars, and I feel like we have very similar brains. And I can, like, we're kind of moving at the same pace. So it's interesting, like, as her business has picked up, so has mine, and it's been nice to bounce ideas off of her. But I'm doing something similar. I'm just doing yard polls right now, and I'm doing like 3 or 4 a day, but I think it's important that your business is working for you. Like right now, I'm still working full-time, and I have a baby at home full-time, and my husband's working from home full-time. So, you know, it's not realistic for me to be doing like 50 arches a day. Like I can't do that right now. So I'm getting up early. I'm doing my 4 or 5 deliveries. I'm not offering any of the foil numbers. I don't want to have to order any stock. I'm customizing everything with vinyl. So I'm cutting everything, and I am just like liquidating my existing balloon stock. So I think I've done like 85 or 90 orders in the last month, which is crazy for me. Usually I do like 1 or 2 a week, like big events. So I'm just processing at like a really quick pace. I've made everything automated. People can tell me what colors they want and what the occasion is, and like that is it. And then I just make whatever I want. So it's really fun, and it's you know, not a ton of money compared to like corporate stuff, but it's almost zero planning and zero back and forth. Like I never email with anybody. They just place their orders and I just crank them out. So stuff's been good. I haven't really seen a dip in my numbers, which is crazy because I've completely changed my business. And I'm also waiting on my first yard card set to arrive, and then I'm going to start adding that as an add-on.
Awesome. Sarah, thank you so much for sharing. And what I would love for those of you who've been busy and you've got things going on, if there's ever a time where you can either put a collage together or just post a couple of pictures and put something up in Balloon Coach community and just say, hey guys, you know, this is what I've got going on. This is why I decided to do this. If you kind of share those stories a little bit, it just helps inspire others to keep moving and going forward. And what I like about Sarah is hers is totally different than most other yard art polls that you have, because it's just that fun artistic expression of something bold and fun. And that whole idea of using up your old stock is wonderful. One of the things I want to let you guys know is that from talking to different manufacturers that are in touch with distributors, one of the things that's happening is there's this whole new surge of people who are in the balloon industry, and then also the people who have are weary of spending money, and they're trying to buy just small little orders that are custom for like one person's Sweet 16 that needs to be a certain theme. And that's just crazy. That's not where we're at right now. Where we're at right now is you decide what you're going to offer. And so when they tell you that it's a Little Mermaid theme, you're like, okay, well, it's going to have 3 shades of blue and some white in it. And oh yeah, I do have a fish foil I'll throw in there. Like, don't feel like just because somebody's asking you for a themed item that you have to have that specific foil they asked for. It's okay to say no. You don't need to spend 2 hours trying to get it from a distributor next day. And that's the thing that I found about our industry is overall we're people pleasers, and we typically like to really help people with that customization because we're used to people talking to us in advance and for us to have time to order, or we're used to our distributors being able to get it to us the next day. The bottom line is many of our distributors are in areas where either they can't get anybody to come work for them because they're afraid of COVID, or they're not allowed to. So what's happening is I'm number one shocked that many of our distributors are even open, but the ones who are opening it, they're busting their butt to try to get things to you, make their life easier by making your life easier and saving time and just being like, this is what I have. This is what I offer. And if they really want to have that Little Mermaid foil, then you just don't get that sale. There's no reason for you to jump through 5 different hoops for a $25 or $100 sale.
Joanna, I just wanted to say too, like I've done 85 deliveries in the last month, and I've done 2 orders of $100 for balloons. So like and that's nothing for me. Like usually I'm ordering like 500 or 600 for, a job. And this was, it's nothing, shoestring budget. So it's worked for me.
Yay. Thank you, Sarah. I love it. That's great. All right. So
can I say something real quick?
Of course. Who's that?
Sarah, it's not one-sided. I love you too. And I also want to say, like, Joette, like the network of the people here is simply amazing. Like when you're talking about jumping through hoops and buying one balloon, like I want to say, I think Sheila's on here. I needed one. I was like, Sarah, I'm not buying all these balloons, but I also run out of balloons, but I just wasn't ready to make the $200 commitment to Burton this week, just because I'm going to wait for my schools to come through and then chunk them all at one time. Right. So I hit Sheila up. She dropped me a balloon in the mail and I'm like, done. But I appreciate the people and the support that this network has brought me to, that has helped me be successful.
Awesome. Thank you. And honestly, that's why Balloon Coach was started. Is I am a person who's very social, and I was very fortunate that I've met some very amazing people in our industry over the years, and having that network of people that I can hang out with. I have what's called my tribe. Chris Potts is one of them. Diana Gladden, Belinda Barrier, Tammy Corzine, and Holland and Sean Musico. They are a group of people that for over 7 years I've been meeting with 2 times a month. And the whole reason I do Balloon Boss Mastermind, the reason I do our live events, and the reason that I've just started a new course is I wanted people to have access to those other people and to help build a network. So that's all about investing in yourself and getting to a place where you can hang out with other balloon professionals. So I want to just say thank you to all of you guys for investing in yourself and coming to one of my past events. And for those of you who are already registered for Summit, it just makes my heart feel good and excited when I hear stories about that. Like, hey, I needed something and this other person was able to help me out. That's what this is all about. So I'm loving that network is working for you, Sharita. So awesome. Thank you for that shout out to Sheila. All right, guys, who else would like to share something that's going good and working for you currently?
Hey, Joette, it's Bridget.
Okay, and then Christine will be next. All right.
So
Bridget.
I just wanted to add that in one of the Balloon Boss Mastermind sessions, you mentioned about creating a menu, so to speak, of what you're offering. Yep. And so I did that for Mother's Day, and that worked really well for me. People contact me, and I just sent out a menu of what I had, and that's what I promoted from. And then I went back after another session we did and added that there were only so many left of each design. That was in fact all I had ordered, but people didn't know that. And it made it look like the inventory was moving fast. So that worked well for me, and I sold most of what I had for Mother's Day. It also helped me to keep from over ordering anything that I needed, because I tend to lose focus when I'm on a distributor's website. Now, you have in the past ordered way too much just because the balloons catch my attention.
Right.
And so I've done the same thing for graduations. I created a menu, and when people contact me, that's what I send to them because I haven't automated the ordering process, but that has worked well. And I've also done mock-ups for people based off of what they see in the menu. And what it's done is I wind up getting a picture of their front yard, and I do a mock-up based on their front yard, and they're like, oh, I want this, this, and that. And so what may have been one order of 1 yard pole becomes me dressing the whole front of their house. So it's been really helpful, and I really appreciate that.
Awesome. Woo woo. All right, Christine.
For a while there, I wasn't doing anything. We had it was a public appearance thing where they were kind of looking down on people that were delivering. So I stopped that, and my husband's a high risk, so I decided to not do anything for a while. So we're kind of in the process of opening back up a bit, and it's now people are starting to celebrate more. So I've been switching my business model. I used to be, gatherings of 20 to 300 were my main focus. I didn't do hardly any deliveries ever. So I just invested in a ton of foils for holidays and occasions that I had never needed to hold before, and all the little accent pieces. And so I've started doing some yard decor. I'm trying to use stuff that I have, like my vinyl cutter. I've had a huge vinyl cutter forever, and I figured I don't use enough of it. So I started making coroplast yard signs and putting vinyl names on them, and do the honk to wish, Natalie a happy birthday, congrats Amy for graduation class of 2020. I've been adding those on, and I was just talking to Linda Perry West like 20 minutes ago. We were having a discussion, and she said she's been doing large orders. She's been making bundles of outdoor balloon decor that have really upped her cost per order. So I'm thinking about adding some custom bundles together, because when I have it on the website, you see a party pole for 45, but it's not a grouping. And I think that would help people to say, hey, that looks really good together. Let me order the bigger bunch, because I don't have a yard card business in the area. So I'm kind of it. So I'm hoping to capitalize on that a bit.
Cool. So one of the things that I loved at Mother's Day is I put up a post that I had made an order for my mom, because I'm in Florida, my mom's in Missouri. So Joanna had it where I went to her website, and it's like, here's your party pole, here's your flowers. And then she added 2 little flowers to it. And it was so cute. So for my mom's yard, she had 5 things in the yard. And then I saw that Tommy had done the same thing with Balloons by Tommy. He had his Mother's Day party pole, but then he had add-on flowers. So for those of you guys who are thinking ahead for Father's Day, think about what can you do for guys where it's got the Father's Day party pole and then maybe some things around it. So maybe that he's a sports fan and he likes 5 different sports. If you've got the sports spoils, you could put that out there. Or maybe just do if you have the black and white printed balloons, make it look like a golf ball and put golf balls in his yard or something. But think of ways that you can do that add-on. And like with the groupings, I think that's great. Always go for the upsell. Do they need something tied to the mailbox in their yard? Because that's an easy attachment point. You don't have to put anything, in the ground for that. So I do want to say that Christine has put up a post in Balloon Coach community because she found a great deal on being able to get 8 at a time chloroplast signs that are color printed with cool things that you can either then just write with a Sharpie the kid's name, or if you have a vinyl cutter, you can add to it. So if you're one of those people that would like to have some chloroplast signs that say like happy birthday, congratulations grad, and didn't you say there was like baby also?
Yeah, I've got a grad, and it's a boy and it's a girl, and 2 birthdays.
Yeah, so if you're not wanting to go in the whole yard card thing, but you'd like to have some custom signs that look really cool and you don't have to do all of the printing, she's got a resource for you and a low income way to do that. And then it'll ship in bundles of 8. So I thought it was a great idea for something to have. And as a bonus, I'm probably going to go on live tomorrow to show how that you can take a chloroplast sign and put it on top of a balloon column if you're not wanting to have to worry about foils. Stacy has her hand up.
I just wanted to share for anybody who's thinking about doing the yard signs. It's super successful, but one thing not to forget is there are 2 factors there, and we've been doing those for like 15 years. They sat dusty for years at a time, and now all of a sudden it's the best thing we own. People like those really early in the morning, like 6:30, 7 a.m. so the kids can wake up to them.
Right.
So a very good friend of mine has an only yard card business. He works from midnight until 7 a.m. So I don't necessarily allow that. I don't encourage it. I say, when's your parade? We'll deliver by this time. People like them for 1 day or 2 days. People like, and you have to go back and get those. Whereas with yard art, with balloons, you don't have to go back to get them. So keep those things in mind as you think about it. You know, getting like a reusable sign that also goes with balloons. I try and push them to do as much balloon with the sign as they can because they get to keep those. So instead of having signs of golf balls, I like them to have balloons of golf balls because then I just got to grab the sign and go. So it's just a factor to keep in mind with your planning if you're thinking of expanding into some of that, that there are certain expectations in that industry that are different than the balloon industry. So as a 2-cent input there.
Awesome. Thank you. And here's the thing, Sheila was talking about it earlier, and it was a note that I put down. There's a lot of people looking for work. So if you don't want to physically go and be those delivery people, then you hire someone else to do it. Okay. You don't want to have to go out, then hire somebody.
Yeah, we have staff that does it. I do pay them a premium if it's before 6:30 a.m. One other thing that Cody from Cody's Red Balloons and I came up with, and I don't know if he's doing it, and it's something we just tossed around in a Facebook messaging. People want to know, but he's like, oh, I'm going to get the chloroplast sign and put my business name out with the designs I do. I was like, yeah, you're just leaving the balloons behind. You have a lot of chloroplast signs you're leaving behind. I suggested that you laminate a big monster business card and hang it on their mailbox, because then people can take a picture of it, and it's just a laminated piece of paper that you can leave behind and never have to go back and get. So I'm not sure if he went anywhere with that, but it was an idea that we have in our arsenal.
I love that. And here's another idea. In Balloon Coach Community Day, there's a Be Brilliant tip that is from Larry Moss. And it's showing how they've done like a sticker that they've got on a little stick that they put out. So yeah, think of a different way that you can put out your name. I think that's a great idea. And then for me, what I've been doing is I did have Jonathan make some street signs, chloroplast signs that we got really economically here with our logo on it, because I've always wanted that for other events that we're like a sponsor for. And so with all the things that I'm doing and creating in my Balloon Boss Mastermind group and for my new program, like showing how to build things, I keep the display outside at my neighbor's house. And she's like, Joette, you need to put a sign up. So we now have the party people sign there, and I've gotten orders from that. So if you're putting up displays at your own home to promote your business, put your sign up. But also if you have friends who have graduating seniors or have people that are kids that are having the birthday parties, that is a marketing expense to go ahead and put up a sign and some balloons at those people's houses or at a business that might be in a good high volume area for people to see your balloons and signs. So man, you guys are rocking it. I love all these thoughts and ideas. Is there anybody else who'd like to open up the mic and ask a question? I think I see AJ with their hand raised. I may have answered it already, but if not, feel free. AJ is saying, I put packing tape over my card and put it on a stick and pull. Awesome idea. So you got your stick, you got your clear tape, go around and put it on the stick. I love that. That is a great idea.
Joette, can you hear me?
I can.
I actually put the packing tape just over the card itself and then put a little piece of ribbon on and tied that to the pole.
Oh, so you're tying that, so you're laminating it with the tape and then you're tying it to the actual pole of the design.
Yep, super cheap, super easy.
Great idea. I love that. Hey, do me a favor and put that up as a tip in Balloon Coach Community.
Okie doke.
All right. So if anybody else has something they want to share, feel free to type me a comment or just open up your mic. But what I want to do real quick while I have a captive audience is I just want to share 2 cool things with you. Number one is, hi, I'm Joette with ballooncoach.com, and I'm a small business owner and I need your help. I grow my business through referrals. So if you see people in the Facebook groups that you're in and they're like, hey, what kind of pole do I use for that? Or how's that made? if you can send them a little note and say, hey, you need to go check out Joette, she can help you out, I'd greatly appreciate that. I've launched my new website, balloonbosspro.com, last year at retreat, but now it has my Balloon Boss Pro course, which is my brand new course that on May 31st, the price will go up, but for the next 2 weeks, it's $249. By September, it's going to have $999 worth of training in it, but anybody who pays for it up front as a founding member will have access to it for life. And it's basically bite-sized pieces. I've listened to people's requests of, Joette, I want to know what inflator to buy. I want that video. And it's, here's the video, you know, here's what these do, pick one. Then it's like, how do you make a yard stake? It's got that information and you go on. So I'm got about 20 to 30 videos in there right now that I'm adding the PDFs to, and there's going to be tons by the time I'm done with this, over 100 for sure. So I just wanted to let you know that that course is there, that if you see other people who need help, if you can tell them about that, that this is the time to get in on that deal, because I will be raising the price on June 1st. The next thing that's on there is if you go all the way to the bottom of my website, it says access 5 steps from quote to cash. I did one of my trainings in the new course is called Quote to Cash, and it's 5 steps to help you through that sales process. If you would like the notes from that, you can just simply put your name and email address here and submit it, and you will get an email that has that PDF link. It also has a link to yesterday's live webinar that I did that gave some of that information out. So I wanted to let you know that that information's there. And then if you've been thinking about coming to Summit in November and you weren't sure if I was still having the event, yes, you can click right here. Balloon Boss Pro Summit is happening on Saturday, November 7th. The CBA exam is from 1 to 5. Eve from Qualitex is coming to do that. And then their instructor from Qualitex is Sarah. And then all the information about Summit is right here. So you can sign up. If you do full pay, it's cheaper now than the price is going up. And then my 6-month payment plan, it will end on May 31st. It's just, that's the last day that I can offer a 6-month payment plan, or you be paying me after the event. So if you want to be on a 6-month payment plan, you're going to want to sign up before the 31st. And the other thing that I wanted to let you guys know about is for those people who've been like, I just need a little extra support and I need to bounce ideas off people like this on a regular basis. If you go to my Balloon Boss Mastermind program, if you're not in it right now, it's $97 a month. But for the first month, I'm doing a $50 off. So it's only $47 for the first month. So if you're needing access to pictures of yard signs, if you're needing some tips on working with foils outdoors, if you're wanting somebody just to talk to you through your marketing and give you that, yes, you can do it thing, you can go on here and sign up for Balloon Boss Mastermind. First month, $47. And then after that, on your payment date, it becomes $97 a month. And if you choose to cancel your subscription, you just cancel and then you no longer have access to my mastermind group or the training material. So I know I have a lot of options and choices for people in training, but I do that on purpose because I want to meet people where they're at. Some people want to have a course where they just do it on their own and don't have to talk to me. Other people love the interaction of hanging out with me. And some people are like, I don't want to do anything online. I just want to come in person and learn. So that's why I offer 3 different things. And what I'm asking for is just your help, that in Facebook, in Balloon Coach community, I would love if something that I did with you at retreat or something else an instructor has done with you during COVID has helped you in growing your business. If being a part of Mastermind has helped you, if just me having a conversation at some point, if there's something about my programs that you find quality at, when it seems appropriate, if you can put a testimony up within the next 2 weeks between now and May 31st in Balloon Coach community, I would greatly appreciate that, because it helps these other people who are hanging out that haven't met me personally to know what I offer and how it can help them. Because the one thing that I have found through the money that I've invested in a lot of training is I'm great at promoting you. I'm great at helping other people, but sometimes I have a hard time saying, you know what, you need my product. And the other day, somebody had seen something in Balloon Coach community. They had just joined like a week before, and they said, hey, I need a one-on-one. They came into the one-on-one session with me because they were getting ready to go to the store to buy stuff for yard art, and they wanted to make sure they got the right thing. And they're like, oh my gosh, this is so worth me doing a one-on-one session to not waste time and buy the wrong thing. And so when you have any kind of testimony about the past, or when you see a post go up like, hey, here's one of our instructors for Summit, do me a favor and go, oh my gosh, I really enjoyed this instructor, or hey, this person's cool, or this is something I enjoyed about the event. If you can comment on those posts about my different trainings, or even just give me a like, I greatly appreciate it. It would help me out tremendously. So I just wanted to throw that out there, that if you've got testimonies of things that have worked well for you, interacting here in Balloon Coach community and interacting with the other people there just helps me out greatly, and I appreciate that. So I'm going to stop that screen share. And I want to say thank you guys so much for my spur of the moment idea of sending out an email and saying in 20 minutes, I want you to jump online. And the amount of you who've gotten on today and shared what's working well for you to help inspire, motivate, and encourage people to keep on going forward is just like, yay, I love it when an idea works out. So thank you for being a part of that. I want to make sure anybody who's on who hasn't had an opportunity to talk yet opens up their mic. Anais, if you want to say anything, Laura, Sherry, anybody want to open up their mic and either share something that's worked well for you or maybe even a struggle, feel free. Cricket. Stacy, any last closing remarks?
We're just singing about the crickets in the background. We hear crickets. I hear crickets. So much success to everybody. That's my closing remark. I think that this is a huge boon for our industry. People are recognizing what we can do for them as balloon artists and talented professionals. And I'm sure it will last long past the virus.
Yay. And I think what I have learned the most through this situation is that those people who are willing to pivot, to change things up and maybe do things a little bit differently, those are the people who are soaring. The people who are kind of stuck in what they were doing 6 months ago and are not making a change are having a stuck time. And so one of those things is yeah, we used to have all this stuff about only market to your target market, only go for these certain kind of things. So a lot of people were just doing corporate work or just doing birthdays for a certain group of people. Here's the bottom line. If you want to be balloons every day, like they are out at 4:30 in the morning. Dave's True. All of these vans are out now at 4:30 in the morning, hitting the road going after being closed for several weeks. And what it is he had those systems in place that he meets people's needs every single day. He's not saying that you have to be a corporate client. He's like, everybody has a birthday and that's who I service. So for those of you who've been working in those other markets, for right now, everybody has a birthday. People are graduating everywhere. Go for that. Figure out what you want to offer to them and go for it. But don't forget, corporate America still exists and they will need your services. So pick up the phone, send out an email, do what you need to reach out to those other customers, because some of those corporate might not need you right now, but they may need you in a couple of months. And so you want to be first of mind. And you never know, they might need you for a social event. So you can always take that client that currently knew you for corporate and their daughter is having a graduation party or their son's having a birthday. You now turn that corporate client into a private client. So don't forget that whole awesome database that you guys have built up. So bottom line, keep going forward. If you feel that you're down, if you feel stuck, if you need help, reach out to this network that we've developed over you investing in yourself and coming to a live event. And I'm going to take the recording from this and I'm going to give it to all the people who've been to Parade Promotions and Profits Orlando, and to our retreat the last 2 years. So all the people that were invited to be on this tonight who've been invested in those multi-day events and bridge the gap. are going to get the recording of this to help them be inspired. And I appreciate you guys taking this time out today, and you came and hang out for an hour. It's awesome. And if you'd like to see me do this kind of chat again in the future, let me know, and I will be glad to do it. Did you guys like this kind of format to just share and brainstorm some ideas? I'm getting thumbs up from Stacy. I'm getting thumbs up from Christine. Anybody else want to give me a thumbs up? Type me a chat, say something. All right. Ooh, I love it. You guys responded there. All right. So I will do this again. And my last question for that, is there a certain day of the week or time of the day that works good for you guys? Or is it just kind of really depend on how crazy life is? Laura said this was great. Yay. So yeah, if you guys have a suggestion of what time of day, I mean, obviously 4 o'clock on Tuesday seemed to work pretty good. I might try that again. And if there's ever a time where you're struggling, please know, send me a private message, send me an email at Joette, or if it's something that could be a group conversation. If you're a part of my Balloon Boss Mastermind, I encourage you to do it in the Mastermind group, because that's a smaller group of people and sometimes can be more concentrated. And I'm going to give more information away there. But if it's something where it's just a chat and you want anybody in the balloon industry to help out, then post that question in Balloon Coach Community to help engage and get other people talking about business and things that you guys can do to grow. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you all being here. And I am going to say goodbye for now to the recording and turn it off.